Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing? Great to see everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Let me just get some background music on and then we're ready to go. Up the sound. There we go. Yeah, hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you all stayed as safe as you could possibly in the market. Obviously, we had, the only really way to describe it is just wild, innit? We had an absolutely wild time in the market, and yeah, that's really all there is to say about it. You can't really say much more, can you? Yeah, we'll obviously have a full deep dive analysis and look into exactly what went on Friday night, obviously into Saturday. And yeah, obviously do our best to have a look where are we going to go next. I've got my opinion. I'm sure you've got yours, so it'd be great to know. Nick, how we doing? Firewatch, Stonksy, Sean, how are we all doing? You legends, great to see you. Great to see you. No spare cash for more Pepe. Are you all in on Pepe? Are you all in on Pepe? Or you just don't want to sell anything else to put into Pepe? I know you're a big Pepe bull, aren't you? But yeah, we'll have a full look into it. I mean, Bitcoin down to 102k on Binance. What did it actually do on others? 102. I know there was quite a wide discrepancy, weren't there? 102 actually. 101.5 on KCEX. Yeah. Obviously, big discrepancy with other pairs on Binance. That was the main one, weren't it? Got some other bits, but just used the spare cash for my business by Pepe. It's not a bad idea, mate. I don't think in the long term. It's not a bad idea. I don't think in the long term. Obviously, short term maybe stings a bit, but I think long term. I mean, you're back in what I believe, obviously, is the second biggest meme. I know, obviously, in terms of market cap, SHIB is, but I just don't buy the whole SHIB thing. I just don't understand how it's still that big. And I think it probably is only a matter of time before Pepe overtakes SHIB and becomes the second largest one, in my opinion, anyway. I just don't understand why SHIB is still up there. So yeah, just enjoying a nice apple. That is crispy. That is crispy. Oh yeah, obviously Bitcoin tumbled down to 102k, just complete wipeout. And if you look on the weekly chart, that's at like, obviously Bitcoin nowhere near as big, but you know, we went all the way back to mid to late June. That's how far back the price action went for that. I mean, really, the damage is obviously, you know, when you look at altcoin charts, innit? I mean, if you look at Hype, I mean, that's crazy, innit? Look, some of these, I mean, look at Pump. Pump literally went to new lows. Pump literally went to new lows. Do make sure you drop a like on the stream. Obviously, this is going to be the biggest thing that we'll cover today. This thing, God knows what's going to happen with that. I mean, look at Ton. Ton went to new lows on this chart anyway. I'm guessing in total as well. Ton, I mean, 60 cents on Ton. The thing is, it's also really, we're looking at the weekly chart and looking at this, but you're never going to catch this. I mean, unless you had stink bids in this area and stuff like that, you just wouldn't have been able to get filled as fast as you would have needed to. This candle is wild. The mantle candle, crazy. I mean, this one didn't even go that far back. This just went back to obviously the price towards the start of September. That's how obviously high it's gone up. And I think is that pretty much it. Them ones were obviously kind of protected for the most part, weren't they? In terms of like the 60 to 90% crush. I mean, you look at XRP, that literally went back to price from almost a whole year ago. Unbelievable. Solana, again, it was mostly protected like ETH and BNB. Then BNB just rewrote a couple of weeks of uptrend. Doge was another one, like XRP. And look where Doge actually came into. This has been an area that I've always just left open, highlighted. But again, like, you wouldn't really have bids in there, would you? Like, who would be expecting that to happen in 5-10 minutes? You would have had to like react at market. And I don't think really many people was able to open perps orders. Spot, I think, remained fine. ADA, insane. And the thing is, obviously everything just, for the large part, snapped back quite decently. Litecoin, this actually came up. Look at this this weekly level on Litecoin here. This is just like insane resistance in it, going back all the way to last December, and then basically here again. If we just pull this down a bit, again last week. Link came back down for another test of SR. This was obviously a great one in August 2024, where it retested that long accumulation range on Link. And then obviously we got another test of it there. AVAX, unbelievable. That was all the way back to late 2023 prices on AVAX. I'm almost done with this Apple as well. Yeah, I think there's something going on. I've got my own. It's probably not really. Hello, Shivan. How we doing? Yeah, this KCEX coin. I don't know if there actually is any connection or it's just coincidence or whatever, but I think that it's either the same people or coincidence or something, where NYX, obviously what happened with that, basically the same things happened with KCEX. It seems to be something where obviously like NYX went first and then obviously rinsed and then died off, and then KCEX has kind of took over the mantle for it, hasn't it? I don't know whether it's the same people or not, but I think there's something a bit not right going on. Sui, unbelievable. I mean, you go back and look at Sui there. It's quite easy to forget that, around this time last year, it had obviously already begun its run. It had already gone up to, $2 to $3, whatever. But, just a few weeks and months before that, it was, down towards 50 cents. And then obviously went to $5. I mean, that's a 10x in, 4 months. Dot. Unbelievable. But yeah, oh my god. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. This thing got fucked again. And the problem with this is just now, obviously, like, just nowhere, is it? Like, there's not even any price action down here. Like, around here, it was fine because it had price action. At least it had this support area here. If you draw that on, it had obviously been testing that here. But obviously, with this melting through, really, you just want to see it reclaim like 140, I think. Apart from that, you're just kind of guessing, aren't you? But what singular chart do you think is the worst? I think this has to be the worst. Atom literally went to zero. If anyone doesn't know, it actually went to zero. Like, look at that. It went to 1/10 of a cent. So literally not even like a monetary value. It actually went to zero. Right, I'm done with that. So no more chewing and eating. But yeah, if you didn't know, I've actually just filmed a short on it. I don't know if it... Let me see if my short's gone up. I think the first one should have. Yeah, the first one went. But yeah, Atom actually went to zero, which is like pretty unbelievable. It fell that hard. I mean, just on this candle alone, obviously, it basically did like as close to minus 100% as you can get without actually just completely dying, which is crazy, innit? To think like, say you saw it and you was able to buy spot even at say 50 cents, like, you're up 600%. Never mind if, all the way down there. Absolutely crazy. I don't have Link anymore. Oh, mate, did you get caught? Afternoon discipline, how we doing? I was in a short on Sui when it happened. Most I've made in a trade ever. Oh, really? Where was you Where was your short from? Short, and where did you close your short? That's what I want to know. Where was your short from, and where did you close your short? That is unbelievable. Well done, mate. You deserve. Well, if you had the guts to obviously to short, it was only. It's crazy to think about, but it was literally only this time last week, wasn't it? Yeah. Literally not even this time last week. Like this time last week, we was here on ETH, which is just wild to think about, isn't it? This time last week, we was here on ETH at like 4,600 almost. And then obviously Monday and Tuesday, we came up into here. So this was literally just 6 days ago. And then obviously we began to fall off. I'm annoyed at myself that I never shorted this because I obviously marked this out as a short zone and I never shorted it. Now, I would never have obviously predicted this type of thing to happen, but yeah, just crazy. I mean, I think that hourly candle's wild. Like, what caused ETH to go all the way back to 4,400 on that hourly candle as well after dropping? Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a sell-off, but nonetheless, I mean, that was a strong reaction from Bitcoin yesterday. Obviously, altcoins did very, very well. I know, like, Pump was up 20% at one point. Mantle was up 40%. Asta was up like 15%, maybe 20%. ETH was up 10%. So it was a really good day yesterday, obviously, for rebounds. I thought two things. It's going to zero and I'm having a heart attack. 2.6 open, closed, 93 cents. Nice, mate. Nice. Well done. 3,500 to be positioned. Well done, mate. Jackster, I just staked my net worth into Atom. Do you think it's going to do well? It's 16% APY too. I have no idea. You've staked your net worth into Atom. Why? Not that, I mean, not that there's anything, say, wrong with it, but, I mean, why Atom of all things? What are you bullish on Atom about? Like, what is making you bullish on Atom? I mean, really, on the daily, if it reclaims here, so obviously you can see this red line here, which is obviously now resistance after being support. That would be one bullish outlook. Would obviously be getting right above here where it's pressing now. But I'm just interested, why Atom? Like, why Atom of all things? And then on the weekly, you can see it's had a massive flush out. Obviously on Binance, it did go to zero. But you look on the weekly, and you got this kind of basically the same kind of region, but it dropped below. But as long as it can get back above here, back into here for the weekly close. I mean, even up to kind of like 380. Obviously, anything more towards $4 would be great in terms of a weekly close. But anything, above 380, it just needs to obviously get back into and use this as support again on the weekly. But I mean, will it do well in that? I have no idea. I haven't read up about anything on Atom for years. So I really don't know. I couldn't tell you, in all honesty. I wish I could be more helpful with it. I just look at price, and that's what price is just showing me there. It just needs a simple reclaim, and then it doesn't look as bad. I tried to buy spot bags during that dip, but just a few minutes too late. Mate. I used Femex. My stops all got hit, and my buys all went through as normal. Oh, that's good. That's good. Fully functioning then. Over 9 months nursing that link trade, only to lose it all in 2 hours. Well, mate, there you go. I suppose that's a lesson in it. I suppose maybe that's a lesson that we can all take, is just let it go. Just let it go, or be more ruthless with taking profits. I know, obviously, you held on, didn't you, to the original one while it was underwater, and you managed to get out with covering fees and maybe even a profit. But at some point you just got to let it go, haven't you? CZ owns 70% of BNB, I think, hence why it held. That's what I heard. Not sure if he does. I mean, well, it's obviously, massively supported by CZ because it's it's his baby in it. I'm not sure exactly how much he owns. To be honest, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's obviously massively supported by Binance as well, isn't it? So I suppose probably a mixture maybe of all them three things, alongside it just being obviously one of the biggest caps. If you look at Solana, I mean, you can very well compare BNB and Solana, can't you? While they dropped, they didn't do that much to the downside compared to other alts. So, quite comparable, maybe in that sense. I think maybe just because they're a bit better. I mean, the interesting one was XRP because even with its size, it got absolutely fucked, didn't it? But yeah. This is 100% collaborated drop by all exchanges. No way retail bought that dip back up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one thing's for sure in it is it wasn't a Trump thing. The Trump thing wasn't what caused that. I think whoever caused it, and whoever wanted to cause it, basically just used the tariff thing on Friday as an excuse, because there's no way that single-handedly caused large caps to drop 80%. It was just, yeah. Was 40k down in 10 minutes. Jesus. Hey, I've just started watching that, I think I've not watched much of it. I think I'm like nearly done with episode 2. And I'll be honest, the first episode I was thinking to myself, like, don't get me wrong, I thought the Dharma one was really well done and stuff like that. That series. But I was thinking to myself, do I actually really want to watch this? It's like, I find it absolutely revolting what he did, and obviously what it will show in the series. But yeah, I'm gonna power through it anyway. I don't know. I just like 16% APY it gives you for staking. You could find that on many things, though, can't you? You could find that on many. I was just more so interested into why Atom. I mean, the problem is, if that's your approach, then you need to also be sure that the price is going to either hold up or. So this isn't just speaking on Atom. This is just speaking in general terms. But if you say you're putting your net worth or a lot of your net worth into something for interest like that, well, the first thing should be is, how does the price perform? Because it's all well and good getting 16% APY, but if the price is down 30-40% this time next year, then all that APY is just basically useless in it, because you're in a drawdown anyway. So that's obviously just my interest is why Atom, because obviously you kind of want to now. Yeah, the chart doesn't look terrible if it reclaims that area. I was more so just interested because yeah, I made 2k on a short, but I bought spot on that dip. I would have made so much more if I was but I was watching short instead of buying spot. Well, mate, at least you was watching it. I was asleep. I chose the decision to go to sleep that early that night, Friday night. So I missed it completely. I didn't even get a chance to buy spot. And I woke up. You can imagine my face. I woke up on Saturday morning, right? Woke up, opened my eyes, grabbed my phone, looked at my phone, thought, right, let's see what's happening. Went on. Bearing in mind, I went to sleep. Bitcoin was at like 118, 117k. Opened my phone, Bitcoin was at 112k. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? So that's my initial thought, right? I'm just looking at it going, whoa, what's going on here? I then opened the chart and oh my God. I thought I was still dreaming. Like I actually thought I was either like still in a dream, having some sort of lucid dream or what. I was like, what has happened here? I just couldn't believe it. It takes 21 days to unstake it, so no, bloody hell does it. What Atom? Thank you for STO coin. Hit the targets as you said, did it? Oh well, there you go, Shivan. You're welcome. Look at Tau. Yeah, I'll have a look at Tau next. Similar to the Elon Musk capitulation, it only happened in 40 seconds, not 30 minutes. I think, yeah, it's definitely the biggest and fastest altcoin capitulation in the history of crypto, innit? You know, there's other ones that have gone down of equal par, but not within like 5 to 10 minutes, if that. It wasn't even 5-10 minutes, really, was it? But, you know, not within that speed, you know, maybe over a couple hours, maybe a couple days or something, yeah. But not within like 10 minutes. Bang, just minus 80% and back up. Unbelievable. BPN level, yeah, mate, you had 104k marked out, didn't you? I remember you had 104k. Hoped you shorted it down from all-time highs. I hope you shorted it down. John says, I tried to open a long at 103k on BLOFIN, but network was too busy. Finally got in at 107. That's good. That's good. Still good, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone. I think it was kind of universal across all exchanges where just no one could open any perps trades in terms of longs. But yeah, spot remained fine. But I mean, 107, mate. I mean, you're in from down here. You're in on the wick, aren't you? So hopefully you can ride that baby to all-time highs. Steve-O, how we doing, mate? Great to see you. Howdy. Thank you, everyone that's joined. Make sure you do drop a big like on the stream. But yeah, let me know what altcoins you want me to look at. I mean, obviously we can. This thing, I'm annoyed I didn't buy this. This 4. I'm annoyed I didn't buy this. I was looking at it on Saturday. I was flicking through my watch list, and it came into. Obviously, we had these 2 levels actually marked out from all the way up here, didn't we? Obviously, it came a bit further down, but it was kind of settling around here, and I'm annoyed I didn't buy this because this maybe has the right ticker to maybe be like one of the biggest memes on BNB, and you know already it would have been like a comfy like 3-4x. So yeah, I'm annoyed with that. Obviously, yeah, Cake's made a good recovery alongside BNB. This thing has actually come into the level that me and Wiz have been looking out for, this kind of 2 to 2.5 zone. I don't know whether I'm actually going to take anything on this or not. I really don't know because it's just an outright scam in it. But yeah, I'm interested. Tau, yes, you want me to look at Tau? Yeah, Tau on the weekly looks great, doesn't it? I mean, obviously we've been looking at Tau. The last time we looked at it, obviously we're just looking at this range. So in terms of a weekly close, you know, it just held the weekly range perfectly. And as you can see, it's coming up for a test of the weekly high. Now, again, you may draw this a bit different. You may like your boxes a bit thinner. You may use a line. You might like them a bit chunky, whatever. Obviously, it also depends on where you draw it. Do you draw it around maybe the candle closes, or you know, maybe like around the candle highs? Again, it doesn't really matter too much. But obviously, it's coming up for a range high test. So, you know, obviously, if it can break out, then you know, could be looking for a nice push up towards the highs. Really, obviously, after compression in here. Obviously, overall compression dating back to the start of the year, but obviously it dipped down and then formed this range. You would probably actually be looking for a run to the highs. So obviously, yeah, just needs to break out of here, and then yeah, it's game on for Tau, I think. Oops. Yeah, very nice. Link, yeah, just kind of back down into the levels, innit? To be fair, obviously minus the crazy wick, it actually has stayed respecting the levels. Obviously, it came back down for a test of $15 ish, and then bounced. And obviously, we're now finding resistance here. So I need to just go back and have a look. I need to remove that one because that was a low time frame level. So yeah, Link. I mean, still trading nicely between the levels. I think obviously if we can get back above $20, then I'm expecting probably a push up towards $22 next, which is probably what I would say on Link. Litecoin, yeah, just needs to reclaim reclaim $102 ish, and then it just obviously reopens the window. BNB, there you go. Just staple in it. There you go. So obviously, when it initially come up to its highs, distributed, sold off, and then rejected. Obviously, this is what we were looking for, and it's obviously done it. Yeah, reclaimed SR, retested, and bounced. So could continue its uptrend now. Solana, obviously finding resistance at 200 now. I think we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. The challenging thing will be is when things reapproach all the sell-off levels. So we'll go out and obviously have a look at them in a minute. Sold at 107 from 126. Madness when it all happened. Nice, mate. Well done. Gold just keeps missing. Yeah, gold just keeps going up, doesn't it? I don't think longs are safe just yet. Maybe not safe for a bit of a shake. I don't think the wick gets filled in. I don't think the wick gets filled in at all. Possibility maybe go back towards 110, 111, 112, maybe 109, something like that. But I don't think the wick gets filled in. I think if the wick gets filled in, then that is just a sign of weakness, and we may as well just give up and pack it up for this cycle, in my opinion, anyway. So I think it's actually quite imperative, that it doesn't fill the wick in. So as long as it doesn't obviously start to move to fill the wick in, I think we're all good. Link hits, $8, yeah. Just a perfect retest of that accumulation range that it had. Just a perfect retest. Yeah, everything's a bit red today, but as expected, given the rally. You would expect it, wouldn't you? Given the rally, we'll probably. I mean, it wouldn't really surprise me just to see some choppiness. Maybe all throughout this week, or going into the later parts of this week. Maybe come up and then maybe come back down a little bit more, and then whatever. Maybe just some choppiness overall, maybe in this kind of region this week, or for the next few days, just while the market kind of recalibrates itself. But yeah, like I mentioned, I mean, really, the interesting thing is going to be obviously when everything reapproaches its sell-off area. So obviously, as you can see for Bitcoin, it's this area. For ETH, it's this area. Solana, obviously, this area. And so on and so on. I mean, to get back to up there will obviously be great rallies in themselves. Solana would need to do up to potentially 15% to get back into there, but that'll obviously be a big test once everything can get back into there, if it can. Do you not think the new peace in the Middle East will pump New York Stock Exchange today? No, because we had that last week, didn't we? We had that last week and it just dumped. That announcement come on was it Wednesday or something last week? Or Thursday? Maybe. We already had that. We already had that announcement. Last week, no. I don't feel it. The thing is, the markets are forward looking, aren't they? The markets are forward looking. The markets were probably already pricing in a peace deal, because it wasn't, it was not like it just come out of nowhere. It was obviously readily expected one was going to happen eventually. Yeah, that's what caused the dump on gold. That's what caused this dump on gold. Thursday it was. That's why gold dumped, because it's just basically a sell the news event, isn't it? It's just a sell the news event. The reaction that we've had from the stock market in futures hours is obviously from Trump's tweets over the weekend. Well, yesterday, when he was saying, "Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine," regarding the tariffs on China. But it'd be interesting to see how US market reacts. Yeah. US market's closed. No, it's not. No, it's some form of holiday, I think, in the US, but it's not like a proper holiday. I don't think we're like a big holiday. I don't know what it is, but the stock market is open. I think Solana will retest 173 range, then sweep the liquidity underneath, then move up. Interesting take. I think the majority of the downside is done. Yeah. Interesting take. I think the majority of the downside is done. Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe altcoins could get slapped a bit more. Yes, if Bitcoin moves back down into here, but I don't expect Bitcoin to fill in the wick. Like I said, I think if we come and fill in the wick, that's not bullish at all. That would actually be bearish. So, yeah, we fill in the wick, and I think I'd probably pack up and be done for this cycle. So that's the main thing, is obviously not filling in the wick. So I don't think really there's... I mean, what would that be on Solana? What would... You'd be wanting 173. So you'd want it to come down to that. I mean, it's maybe possible on Solana, yeah? I mean, you're wanting a... maybe like a 12, 13% drop on Solana. I mean, that's possible, yeah. Just have to see. Yeah, but they just had the meeting up in KCEX. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't think it will really do much. I don't think it will really do much at all, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe others have got a different opinion, but I really don't think it will do much. If the market starts pumping on open, it's basically just because of the reversal from Fridays. I mean, what caused the market to dump on Friday? Trump announcing 100% tariffs on China. What did Trump say yesterday? Oh, well, I'm sure everything will be fine and stuff like that, basically downplaying the tariffs announcement. And you can see already, as soon as the market opened last night for futures, there you go, 11 o'clock Sunday evening, what happened? Just great big giga candle. Look at the size of that candle for the S&P there. Basically, $100 up. Just one big giga candle, wiping out the last three candles from Friday's session. Just all the way back to the upside because of obviously what Trump had been tweeting yesterday. It's just all games and stuff, innit? It's just all games. Are we bullish? I'm feeling very bullish, yes. I'm feeling very bullish. Typically, when you have this big of a wipeout in the past, it has been great opportunities to buy. And, maybe days later, obviously when the dust settles, nothing happens. But if you look at the weeks and the months afterwards, typically it's a great opportunity. And you get, obviously a big move in the opposite way. Please do, if you haven't, drop a like. We've only on 16 likes, 28 viewers. Please do drop a like. I mean, if you go and look on Bitcoin, where would you say was the last big sell-off? I would say obviously the tariffs. So here, obviously the tariff crash, as you can see, big sell-off. And then we spent a few weeks hanging around, didn't we? We did obviously go to slight new lows on that, but we didn't have something like this. Yes, this one was quite a large size wick, but it's not. It's different circumstances in it. Altcoins just went minus 80%. They didn't do that on here. So again, and things can rhyme, but they're never going to be the same. So if you go back to the other one, so what one was this? Does anyone know? This was when the Nikkei, the Japanese Nikkei index, dropped like 8%, like very fast when it opened, which obviously caused Bitcoin to come down. And that put in obviously the capitulation wick. And as you can see, the wick was never filled in. The wick was never filled in, and we went up again. Just hung around in it for a few weeks. I don't know whether I'm expecting that to happen this time because of obviously the time period that we're in. We're in Q4, almost halfway through October. But as you can see, the wick never got filled in, and then the market bounced to new highs. We don't really have that much time this time around. Obviously, this was in August, so you fast forward through August into September, moving into October. We don't have that time now. So the past two times, the capitulation wicks have been great. What would you consider the capitulation wick before that? This was the ETFs, so you wouldn't really consider this capitulation. This was obviously just like sell the news. The one that probably rings in my head was this. which was obviously when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, and obviously there was all that uncertainty around USDC. USDC depegged, obviously caused at the time, a sizable wick relative to the price for where the price was at. Big wick, and notice again, wick never got filled in. The wick never got filled in, and price just moved higher. So that is my expectation for this time anyway. I do not want to see the wick get filled in, and obviously the higher price holds, the more bullish. You'll have obviously people just wanting lower and lower targets, but the move's already happened. Are you in any trades? Yes, I am. I am in a 2x Astor long. 2x Astor long from 130. So that actually did very well when it went up to like 160, I think, this morning. Obviously back down to 147, as you can see on the screen there. But yeah, in a 2x Astor long. And in terms of leverage trades, that's it. Other trades I am in, though, what I've taken over the weekend, I bought a big spot bag of Merchant Mo, which is the main dex on Mantle Network, MNT. I put that into the Discord server, and so this is a good, obviously, advertisement for Stonksy. So I put this into the Stonksy Discord server at 8 cents. So we are roughly, probably off the top of my head, about 40% up from there. So I put it into the Discord server on Saturday. What day was Saturday? The 11th, like mid-afternoonish. Yeah, so it was around here, like around this, you can see the 8 cents mark. It was in here. Obviously, it dipped a bit more on the day, but then obviously it's recovered. So I put that, let everyone know in the Discord server. It's just dropped a little bit more, but yeah, very nice. So I put everyone in, obviously gave the reasons why I was buying this and the trade theory. So that's a spot bag. Then yesterday, I bought big spot bag of Pump Fun. I say big, obviously. Just bought a spot bag of pump. That's nicely up. I bought that here-ish. Yeah. In and around here. It's before the expansion. It was during this compression yesterday morning. So I bought that here. Obviously, yesterday was great because it was up like 20% straight away, but I'm still up 8%. And again, just plan to hold these. And then the only other thing I'm in apart from that, which is actually quite interesting, is a poly market trade. So I took on poly market. If I can get on it, hang on. Let me get on it so I can show you. There we go. Let me show you the trade I took on Polymarket. So these are the ones that have obviously opened up post-crash. There you go. I think you should be able to see that now anyway. You see the screen? Yeah, there we go. It's on. So I took this as well, which when I last checked was up quite nicely. I don't know if it is up anymore. Yeah, this one. So I took this yesterday. What price will Ethereum hit in October? I took $5,000 at a 12% chance. So yeah, I took this at 12% chance yesterday. And again, I put that into the Discord. So down here, I got it at 12%. And obviously it's at 24, but it did actually go as high as 30. I aim to cash this out around 50% mark, 50, 60% if it gets there. Not really too interested in letting it run. I do actually think there's a good chance ETH does hit 5k this month, but I'm in for hopefully a nice little 4x or something and just cash it out. So yeah, they're the trades I'm in. Obviously 2x Astor long, spot bag of Mo, spot bag of Pump Fun, Ethereum to hit 5k on Polymarket at 12% chance. So that's obviously around double now. So yeah, they're the trades I'm in if you're interested. I reckon 10% retracement on the S&P, taking Bitcoin down to 84k. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think if you go back down to 84k, you may as well just pack it up. You may as well just pack it up and yeah. I suppose it depends on I suppose it depends on how long you think the cycle's going to go on as well, doesn't it? Like if you think maybe the cycle runs to this time next year, or maybe into like end of Q1, maybe into Q2, then maybe yeah. But there's definitely not enough time to do that in Q4. That's for sure. So it all depends on how you're basing your timeline too, doesn't it? But I mean, down to 84k would basically just put in massive top signal for me. I mean, below 100k would put in a top signal for me, and I don't really care after that if it trades up to new highs, because I would just be putting in deep risk management and protecting money from that point on, and not getting swallowed up by the market, because that to me is not bullish. But again, I different. This is the beauty of trading and markets, in it. Someone might be looking for one thing, and I might be looking for another. And we've got opposing views, but it doesn't mean that one's right and one's wrong. Just opposing views, in it. Just because I say if it goes below 100k, I think that's the end of the cycle, then doesn't mean I'm right. I could easily be wrong about that, but obviously, if we was all doing the same thing, there would be no market, would there? Because the price would never move, because everyone would just be doing the same thing. I reckon. So that's what we've covered there. Check Bitcoin on daily with 200 EMA. Let's see. It tagged it. Did it not tag it perfectly? I tagged it like pretty much perfect, didn't it? Do I even have an EMA on here? Oh, I do. Yeah. Which one do you want me to do? 200. Oh. So it cut quite deep on it. What about the simple moving average? 200, sorry. There's not really much difference there, is there? There's not really much difference. Wonder what the 200 weekly moving average is nowadays. So they're still like quite low down, aren't they? These things just lag for ages, don't they? Just turtles. But yeah, interesting. Something to keep an eye on for sure. But yeah, they cut quite deep into them, didn't they? But again, it was only for what matter of a minute, if that. I think it was the CEO of Standard Chartered who said they think the cycle will keep going until 2027. Yeah, you know why, don't you, Coding? These people come out with these public statements and stuff because they need someone to sell to when they believe it's the top. That's why. I mean, what use is that to us? What use is that? They think it'll keep going to 2027. Why? Like, what? I don't get it. Based on what? They're probably maybe running at maybe TradFi markets instead of Bitcoin. I mean, unless you think the 4-year cycle is dead, which obviously kills the 4-year cycle, and then basically puts Bitcoin on. You can only ever really judge Bitcoin on its chart, because the halvings are useless from that point on, aren't they? If there's no more 4-year cycle, then the idea of the halvings is just pointless. But these people will come out and say these things because they need someone to sell to at the top, or what they believe to be the top, don't they? They need someone to offload their bags to. Yeah. I mean, to me, that is no different than when you get people come out and saying Bitcoin will go to 1 million by 2030. Great. But it's kind of just like an empty sort of baseless scenario, innit? I'd say Bitcoin go to $600,000 within 3 years. Based on what? I don't know, I just plucked it out of my head. 21k drop in one day, and it can't go back to 84k. No, it can go back to 84k, yeah. It can go. Of course it can. It can do anything. It can do anything. It could do anything. I just don't think it would keep a bull market if it did that. You annihilate all of the uptrend, the high time frame uptrend. 84k back down into here. You annihilate all of the uptrend. I just don't think it would. I don't think it would keep. We haven't done that, have we? Look at the whole cycle. So if we look if we look at the whole cycle, it's mostly been consolidation and then rip. So I don't. I mean, yeah. Again, I've not really got a problem with being wrong. I just don't think it would. I just don't think it would keep the bull market if we went back to 84k. You've also got to bear in mind there would be, if we went back to 84k in this current state, so a minus 26% drop, you know, maybe it gets a liquidation wick or something to minus 30, something like that. In that instance, you've got to be prepared for no altcoins, because what do you think happens to altcoins if Bitcoin dips 26% from here? Honest to God, you've got to be prepared for, minus obviously maybe Ethereum, Solana, BNB, a few others. You've got to be prepared for basically 80 to 90% on altcoins in that scenario, which obviously, you know, you may see as a good buying opportunity, whatever, but I just can't see it. I just can't see it. It can absolutely happen. There's no reason why it can't. There's no reason why it can't. But does it keep in a bull market? Does it keep in an uptrend? If it does that, that's the question, isn't it? That's the question. It's does it keep it? If Bitcoin could go back down to 30k, does it mean it's still in a bull market? That's what I mean. Like, it can do anything. Bitcoin can do anything. Bitcoin could go back to 10k. It could go back to 5k. Anything is possible. It's just obviously the context around it. You know, i.e., would it still be in a bull market? Is what I mean. In my opinion, no. But in someone else's opinion, yeah. You know, in someone else's opinion, it may be, yeah, you know, could still easily be in a bull market, and that's fine. It's just not a market I would want to be a part of. Not in terms of an investing standpoint. Yeah, maybe in terms of a purely trading standpoint. So if we did get back down here, I would probably, you know, anywhere basically in this box from what you're talking about. If we just draw out some to account for maybe a liquidation wick or something. Anywhere in this box, would I buy? 100%, yeah. But I wouldn't be buying looking for new highs. I would be looking to buy and sell maybe 20, 30% bounces on altcoins, perhaps, something like that. So it just depends on the context, doesn't it? Bitcoin dominance hits 72% like the start of the other bull runs. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe this is another thing that, you know, there's a discrepancy on. Personally, I'm not really too interested in looking at other cycles, because obviously this one is massively different to any other cycle that we've had in a few ways, actually, as well. So in terms of other cycles, I actually don't think the data is that helpful anymore relative to things like Bitcoin dominance and other stuff. Really, there's one metric that basically tells all, which is USDT dominance, which is basically just obviously stables deployed into the market, innit? And obviously you can see the big spike up there to 5.5%, but obviously high time frame wise, it comes into here, drops in dominance, i.e. means obviously more stables deployed into the market. That's the metric. I really only think that matters in terms of obviously looking for some really kind of euphoric rally. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, won't we? But yeah, we will see. And again, just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. I could easily be very wrong. and I am more than fine with being wrong. I it's just my feeling around the whole where is price at and where is Bitcoin at in the cycle. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to have discussion because, like I said, if we all had the same opinions, the market would never move. So everyone's got different opinions. Maybe someone's looking for 100k. Maybe someone's looking for the CME gap at 92k. Maybe someone's looking at for something else entirely. Yeah, it's good to have different opinions and debate, for sure. I just think, for the sake of market momentum and strength, then it's important that we don't go and fill the wicket. Afternoon, Loki. How we doing, mate? Did you hold on to your short? I know obviously you were short from towards the highs, weren't you? Did you hold on? I'm just going to run to the toilet, so I will be back in a couple of minutes. I have put the poll into the chat, so get your vote in on the poll for where you think we're going on US Open. If you haven't dropped a like, drop a like. If you're new around here, do subscribe. Let's see what my YouTube short is on. I uploaded before. Put an Atom one up as well. And yeah, I will be back in a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. And of course, obviously, discussion in the chat is absolutely great. So if you've got a viewpoint, obviously, or a devil's advocate play, or just some, maybe something you want to discuss, like Dave has been putting in. Obviously, it's great to have discussion around topics and discuss certain outcomes. So get them into the chat along with any tickets you want me to look at or whatever. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Go to the toilet, get a drink, vote on the poll, all that good stuff, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Wow. Let me tell you, I just laid a big gonksy out. Then that was wild. I laid a big gonksy all over the toilet. Yeah, that was well needed. That was well needed. Oh, it's good to be back. What do you think will happen if one of Satoshi wallets moves from Bitcoin? Oh, I don't even know. What I actually think would happen is the most logical scenario. In that Bitcoin would probably take the biggest dump that we've ever seen it take. Maybe make light work of the one on Friday. Yeah. Probably for a few reasons. I mean, maybe people would say, oh, it's bullish. Maybe that Satoshi's alive in that. But you don't actually know it's them, do you? You don't know it's them. I think the uncertainty will be is, for what one, is it them? And what are they now going to... Why has my camera just done that? It will be, one, yeah, is it them? And what are they going to do with it now? Because obviously, you know, they've got, like $120 billion of Bitcoin in their wallet. You know, massive amounts of Bitcoin. And two, obviously, has someone maybe found, you know, maybe one of or the devices used by Satoshi, you know, if it's not them, then obviously they're probably the plan is probably pretty clear, in which they'll just start dumping it all. I think the uncertainty around it would probably really spook the market. I don't think it would be a good thing. What about you? I mean, it's a really interesting viewpoint in it, because obviously you're trying to think of something where it's completely hypothetical, because we haven't ever seen anything like that happen before. Like, you know, there's nothing that we could really go and look at to say, oh, well, you know, last time this happened. Like, there's nothing that that will give us that sort of why is my background not blurring? Hang on. What is it doing? Why is it not doing it? Hang on. Yeah, there's nothing that we can look at really to what is going on? That we can look at to go and say, oh, this happened last time or whatever. So yeah, I think it would probably, the uncertainty would probably just crush the market. I don't know. Well, what do you think? What does everyone else think? What does everyone else think? I mean, if one of Satoshi's wallets, or you know, got sent from either to a new wallet, I mean, bloody hell, imagine if it got sent to an exchange. That then would be something, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think the uncertainty just wouldn't be a good thing, and you'd probably just see people just really starting to, you know, really de-risking, thinking, bloody hell, like, what is it going to be the actual outcome here? I mean, the thing is, you assume that Satoshi, in one form or another, you know, themselves, or why is that just... Why is it not blurring it? Hang on. Oh, bloody hell. My mic has been muted that whole time. Oh man. What I was saying was, back to the start. What I was saying was, is that yeah, you would like to think that obviously Satoshi had wallets that obviously just hadn't been linked to the others. So if they ever needed to raise money or whatever, or live off Bitcoin or do whatever, then obviously they had side wallets that just hadn't ever been come into contact with the others. So just never need to obviously put them together. So hopefully plenty of money and Bitcoin to the side. But yeah, I just can't see any other outcome than just mass uncertainty, which obviously during times of mass uncertainty, markets like to dive. But yeah, let's obviously flip through the market. So what's ETH doing? Yeah. What is actually stocks doing pre-market? Let's see. So Nvidia is 187. I'm actually in my short ETFs on this. Yeah, I'm still in my short ETFs on this. I haven't even really got to like anywhere near the level of shortage that I want. So I'm kind of hoping that this isn't like a macro top on stocks. But the only short ETFs I have open is on the S&P 500 and Nvidia so far. But yeah, Apple's up. Meta's up slightly. Microsoft is up. Yeah. I mean, selfishly, I want everything to carry on higher so I can sell my crypto nicely. And then also stocks carry on nicely higher. So then I can get better short entries on them. So just completely selfish reasons, like just as we all should be with with how we want the market to go. What's this thing doing the last couple hours? What's this thing doing? Refresh. Just hanging around there. Yeah, I'm optimistic about this. The one thing that makes me bullish on this is it is the main DEX on Mantle, obviously MNT, which is obviously like $6 billion, $6 billion L2 Bybits L2. Now this thing is only 37 million market cap reported on CoinMarketCap anyway, and it's literally just listed nowhere. Like it's not on any sexes. It's just on its own DEX. So that's what makes me bullish on this. Is one, obviously, maybe Bybit listing it and just full sending it. But then also, you compare it to something like Euro, which is obviously the main DEX on Base. Then that's at like $800 million market cap. Give me a 5x on this and I'll be more than happy. What time does Asia market open in the UK? 1:30 AM. You know what? I don't actually know. I don't know. Let's see. I thought it was... I don't know what time I thought it was. I actually don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Aside. Oh, bloody hell. $1:00, yeah. Yeah. 1:00 and 1:30. Tokyo opens at 1. Shanghai opens at 1:30. Singapore at 2, yeah. Yeah, so like 1, 1:30-ish, yeah. Dave, look at Avgo. Can't even remember what that thing was. Feel like it's a stock, that, isn't it? Avgo. Broadcom. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, it's a juicy 10% pump, in it. That is a juicy 10% pump. pre-market. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I mean, we've got a couple. I mean, oh, state this thing. It's wild. I mean, look at render. It's crazy the lows that something's hit. This is wild, isn't it? Like what this thing did. This had a madness. This done a madness. That was like a clean 20x, weren't it? Up towards the top. Dupe. That dupe basically went down to the so-called listing. You know, no one was able to buy it there. But basically come in and filled it all in. But crazy. This thing is just cooked, in it. I mean, look at the state of that. Radium all the way back to late December prices. So some of these weekly candles are crazy, and you know what the thing is? It's mad because obviously these weekly candles are now just going to be here forever. I mean, look at that. It's just wild, isn't it? It's just wild. Say 7 cents, 6 cents. Crow. Oh, look at that. Bloody hell. Yeah, it's utterly insane. Aero. I think Aero basically back down towards its April level. Unbelievable. The drop off on some of these things was just wild, weren't it? Just absolutely wild. Interested to see what does happen on US. Like, are we just going to maybe turbo it up? Or are we going to consolidate? Avgo. They signed a multi-billion-pound deal with OpenAI. Oh, yeah, the continuation of just money, the same money exchange in hands as Wizards discussed. Listening from Thailand, I mean, it's probably because you're saying something that you shouldn't be. I'm holding Avgo. There you go, Delta. Gold almost 4,100. Dave, another good extra you can add to Stonksy is market session times. That would actually be really good. Yeah. Do you know what? That would actually be really good. I will hit Dean with that right now, so don't forget. There you go. I pinged Dean with it. That's a really good suggestion. Really good. Let's have a look at gold. Oh yeah, look at it go. And silver. Silver starting to steal the show a bit now, isn't it? It's outperforming gold today. Really nice. I mean, look at that. The road to $5,000. Man, what do we think? The road to $5,000. 4,500, obviously first, but no sign of the gold train slowing down, is there? So maybe just carry on up. You're moving on up. You're moving on up. Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Do 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 do. Do make sure you drop a big like on the stream. If this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe. Come on now. We have 33 viewers and 24 likes. So there is a few that haven't liked. Scroll down, bang, like button, subscribe button if you're not. Of course, let's close the poll. So the poll actually is 50-50. First one that has happened in a while. And yeah, obviously you can find the link to join Stonksy in the description. You can also find links to exchanges. We have 2 non-KYC exchanges on offer, which is BLOFIN and KCEX. I will drop them in the description. In the chat as well. They are in the description too. So they're non-KYC ones where you don't need to obviously KYC to join. Obviously, big bonuses, nice bonuses on offer for when you join with the Stonksy link. But yeah, we are open. So there we go. We are open for the US market, and let's see what we're going to get today. Obviously, the S&P has already recovered nicely in futures hours, nearly up 2%. And Bitcoin is flying out the traps as we come in. Bitcoin is flying out the traps to the upside in this 1 minute candle. Now, bear in mind, we are on the 1 minute, by the way, yeah. But yeah, it's flying out the traps. There we go. Maybe better switch over to the 5 minute so we can actually see the rest of the price action from today. But yeah, here we go. Come on now. Let's just have it up only. Let's just have it up only. Just no pullbacks. Straight. Oh, look at it go. Oh. Oh. What a 5 minute candle that is. Oh, that is a nice pump out the gates there for minute 1, isn't it? Look at that. Yes, please. Very, very nice pump. We will take that all day long, won't we? We will take that all day long. Let's have it carrying on. Come on, then. Come on. Buy, buy, buy. Look at it go. This is a strong pump following open. I can't remember the last time I've seen a pump so strong coming straight out the traps like that. I mean, that was literally in the first 1 to 2 minutes, isn't it, so far? And we've had nearly a 1K candle. Can't remember the last time that happened. I don't know maybe if anyone else can either. It's been that long, but can't remember the last time we had a 1K candle within the first 1 to 2 minutes. I mean, look at that. There is some serious buying going on here from the US inside this interval. Let's hope that it's not a pump then dump. Well, that is a mighty pump. There we go. Bloody hell. Go on then. Yeah. Let's carry on, shall we? Look at it go. Send it back up, yeah. ETFs coming back to buy cheap. Send it back up. What are you looking for, Loki? What you looking for? Peace in the Middle East. Reversal will be bad. I don't know, I mean, I suppose it depends on what you think is bad, Rab, innit? I don't think we really go much lower than 109, even in the worst case scenario. So I suppose it depends on what you think will be bad. We know what happens when it's one direction at the start. The thing is, I think from this point on, you need to decide what you need to kind of decide what fence you sit on, innit? Are you on the fence of we just put in, the biggest liquidation event ever, and that has now cleared obviously the route to the next leg in Q4, or are you expecting it to go lower? Because obviously, if you're in the first camp, low time frame moves don't really matter, because come the end of October, hopefully we should be at new highs. Oh, look at this, birds of fuck. I think so. I think people will keep drawing lines lower, and people will keep waiting for lower, even though we just had the biggest liquidation cascade in the history of crypto. And I think people will ultimately end up FOMOing in once we get to a point of, obviously, it's obvious that you just had to, once again, as we've seen in the past, buy the fear and buy the blood. And again, that's not financial advice. It's just obviously a saying. And But we can see, typically in the past when we get huge wipes out like we just got, they are buying opportunities come days, weeks, months later. So we'll see how it goes. Again, may not work out. It may work out. We'll see. But yeah, it's not looking too bad so far. I'm long from now on after Friday. If we go down, fucked anyway. That's my attitude, to be honest, Rabba. I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. If we start looking to fill that wick in on Bitcoin, you may as well just pack it up. What's the liquidation website? CoinGlass. You can view different ones as well, Scotty. You can view different ones. So obviously there's the heat map, but they have loads to do with obviously liquidations. But yeah, it's the Model 2 that I like. But yeah, coinglass.com, and then it's liquidation heat map, and yeah, Model 2 is the one that I use. The 24-hour, we haven't took the upside liquidity yet. Same for 3-day. So as you would assume, obviously around the highs. So here it's showing the hotspot around 116,300. But yeah, in terms of the weekly, basically we ran through obviously just everything that was there in terms of a weekly, monthly basis and stuff like that. Obviously there is fresh liquidity opened, but yeah, the real liquidity now is higher. And there we go. We got up to basically matching. We didn't go above, but we basically almost kind of matched the daily highs, and we've sold off from there. So let's see. Let's see. Are we going to go full retrace, or is this going to be just obviously low time frame PA, and then leading into bigger move on the slightly higher time frames? But I mean, whether the pump is retraced or not, I can't remember the last time we had a 1K plus candle out the traps like that. That was amazing. And if you look at the 1 minute chart, I mean that was just huge amounts of strength and buying, weren't it? I can't remember the last time we saw that. So very, very nice to see, regardless. ETH looking nice, the same as well. And yeah, we should see obviously altcoins. It was kind of a mixture, weren't it? But you can see there, just straight away, the kind of altcoin side of the watch list has largely shifted into the green after being red. Yeah, no worries, Scotty, mate, no worries. But yeah, nice movement. I mean, the S&P obviously got a nice push up as well, and then actually came drop down. So Nvidia is 2.8% up. The other one after that is Tesla, which is 2.3, Google 1.7, and then we've got Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, all in and around 0.5% up. Total Mags ETF is up 1.3%, but yeah, obviously big movers, Nvidia and Tesla. Oh, hello, Yongsy. Bloody hell, mate. I don't think I've seen you in what must be. I don't think I've seen you in the chat in probably 6, 7, 8 months. Must be a good long... It's a good long time since I've seen you in the chat. It must be a good 6, 7, 8 months. How are you? How are you? How are you doing? And what's brought you back to the Stonksy channel? Welcome back. Six months. I was thinking it must have been around February, March, April time-ish. Yeah, how are you? It's great to have you back. Welcome back. If you haven't dropped a like, please do drop a like. And yeah, of course, do make sure you subscribe if you are new around here. Come and join the streams every day. And if you want to join Stonksy, I will put the link in the description. We do have the Bot 20 offer still on for first-time users to grab 20% off the first month. But apart from that, we're not running any other offers at the moment. So we are looking like we're going to come for a full retrace of that open pump, which was a sight to behold. Wasn't it? Great thing to see that. Absolutely great. Regardless of what happens next, that was epic. But maybe we shouldn't expect anything majorly for the next couple of days. The market is still kind of readjusting itself and recalibrating itself, and we could, if you go to something like the 2-hour chart, or even just a 1 hour, we could just see it hang around in here, couldn't we? We could just see it hang around anywhere in here. You can see kind of obviously where the market has found resistance now in there. We could just hang around anywhere, but between 110 plus, 110k plus. Obviously, the higher we hang around, the better. You can see we came in for a nice little retest there. So maybe we just stick around in here. But obviously, I think if we get above here now, then you would assume anyway, given the sell-off, that towards 121k should be next after that. And then that would just be full retrace of the sell-off. Obviously, this is super low time frame charting, not something that that may happen exactly, but obviously I think if we drop back below there, then we could melt back in towards 111, 500-ish. So there, obviously, for where price is currently trading in and around, I think they're, obviously the 2 points of interest higher and lower from here. Busy with my gold mines. Well, it's great to see you, mate. Hope you're all good. And I hope you are, living a good life, my friend. Yeah, S&P not doing anything major so far. I mean, look at gold. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Pump, what's Pump doing? Pump had a great push up yesterday into here, didn't it? Came right back into there where into this area of SR here. Not too sure what's going to happen with this thing. I don't know. This thing has just sold off relentlessly, hasn't it? After it done its thing. There's nothing too major that's sticking out at me at the moment. Plug. Short video guru. Plug's back to the up. Bitcoin's getting its push back onto the upside, it seems. Very nice. Yeah, we could just hang around, couldn't we? You know, we could always go sideways. You're in Tanzania now. Nice, mate. Nice. Living life. Living life. I hope crypto trading's been going well too. Be great to have you back in the Stonksy community at some point, mate. If you want to jump back in, would obviously be great to have you back in there. Look at Bloom Energy today and 1 year ago. Oh. BE. I mean, that's a great rally in itself, innit? 20% today. Oh, come on. Look at that. 10x. The thing is, though, there's just so many charts like this on the stock market, innit, where, over 2024, 2025, things have just literally just gone parabolic, which just shows the amount of liquidity that's just hanging around, rotating into things. I mean, that is crazy. Was you buying this short video guru? I've started buying short ETFs now. I've started buying short ETFs, to be honest. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Hydrogen, bro, I'm telling you. It's all linked. AI companies and hydrogen. Right, yeah. Yeah, well, to be fair, yeah, I've just started buying short exposure now and just looking to build it up over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, however long this parabola continues anyway, and building my big short, you could call it. Sad about Palantir. Should have bought some in on Friday when it was up at 185, 187 on Thingy. Should have added some in. Hopefully this comes back up. I am looking at that. Nvidia again, and just looking, even if it goes into the 200, still looking to just slowly add on that. But first of all, obviously, while I'm building them, let's get max extraction from crypto, hopefully. Just a game of patience now, innit? The thing is, it's just a game of patience. If you have good entries and you was able to buy good things for cheap, it's just about patience, innit? And just not letting yourself get like mentally impatient and stuff. That's all. I think that's all it is from this point on. Unless, obviously, I mean, in all fairness, if you believed that we were going back down or lower, then you would imagine you wouldn't be holding on to anything anyway. So obviously, if you have good positions and stuff like that, it's just all a game of patience now. Just be about patience and just letting the market do its thing and go up when it's ready, and not getting shaken out. Which is what I'm trying. It's what I'm practicing now. It's just patience. Just good positions, hold them, and just let the market do its thing. Don't need to do anything else. What's everyone else doing? What's everyone else's tactic? That's my tactic anyway. It's just hold on to the positions I've got and just let them ride. And that's practically it. So we are coming back down on Bitcoin now. We're approaching that US Open start. That was a great rally though, wasn't it? It was a great rally. What's this thing doing? I think got kind of beaten up on it. That's been kind of beaten up. That just got completely obliterated from what we was looking at on Friday. Because it just lost that level, didn't it? Tell you what, Wormhole looks quite good. Wormhole looks half decent, actually. In terms of obviously zooming out. What does everyone think is like one of the best looking things on the market now? Obviously, dupe is quite interesting. Yeah. Many things looking in. I mean, yesterday was just a buy day, weren't it? Saturday and yesterday just a buy days. Just buy and whatever. Oh, here we go. Go on then. RGTI. Back test then. Good to go. Yeah. Let's go. I remember shilling that at $8. What play? Yeah, we looked at that, didn't we? Was it on Friday's stream or when did you come on with? I remember, yeah, these were all ones from like around the tariff time, weren't they? Like that have just done insanely good. Like just unbelievable. And that's the thing, innit? We're now seeing just everything go into parabola, which personally obviously makes me think that we're coming towards the end of this just wider macro cycle. I mean, you literally just pick any stock, like just stocks just literally just going into parabola, aren't they? When you look at this thing, literally from early September, it's done over a 3x. It's a stock, like just crazy good, crazy good. Here we go. Come on, let's go Bitcoin. Come on. Asta. Can't wait for this. This thing just keeps getting stuck in this area. As you can see, we actually got above. We actually got above it this morning, but then it fell back below. Once we can hold above here, then we should be good to leg up on Asta. Helping an old fogey neighbour put a fence in. He's in his late 80s, but one of those super independent ones that doesn't ask for help missed the market open. Mate, well, you know what? That that is some good karma coming your way, mate. Because that's nice. Yeah, it's good to help people like that out, innit? People like that are absolute gems. They're absolute gems in this world. So, you know, they deserve all the help that they can get, and they're definitely more important than the market open, aren't they? So good on you, mate. Hopefully you have some good karma come your way. But yeah, very nice here. To be honest, I mean, we got a great candle. We got like over a 1K candle within the first minute or two, which obviously has been a long while since we saw something like that on Bitcoin from US Open. So really nice. And then we just kind of hung around for now. These are the areas I'm looking for. Obviously, break above 116, then head towards 121. I think just come and fill all that gap in. You can see it better on the 1 hour. Hang on. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, obviously. 116. Then just come and fill all this in. You know, very easy drawdown to fill in into 121. Or obviously break below demand and then into 111,500. One of them, obviously, everything suggests up. So we'll see how it goes. We are at the neckline of W breakout. Need to move above. There'll be plenty of shorts to get squozen up here as well. Plenty of shorts to get squozen. 5 minute chart. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Let's see. I have faith. I have faith. Look at Nvidia go. Tesla doing incredibly well too. My I think my Nvidia ETF is at break even now, so at least I know my entry in dollar values. I didn't know my entry in dollar values because the ETF is priced in pence, obviously pence and pounds. So I didn't know my entry into compared to actual like chart value. So it's around 188, 189, which is good so far anyway. Yeah, Binance is just testing this area. BNB is just testing this area that we had marked out. See it very, very clearly on the 1 hour. Just nice 1 hour SR, support, support, resistance, flip, support. So it's just testing that, and then should be good to go on to new highs then, or just carry on consolidation. But yeah, just testing that. So that's obviously the key area for BNB now. Come on, Bitcoin. There we go. Push. Let's see 120 today. That'd be spicy, wouldn't it? Get 120 today. Ooh. People would really start to get angry about that. The anger would ooze out of the market then if Bitcoin went to 120 today. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Obviously, if you haven't, drop a like. That would be nice. Even above would be sick. Oh, mate, yeah. Let's get to all-time highs this week. Why not? But yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Obviously, Links in the description, BLOFIN and KCEX for non-KYC exchanges. Obviously, the Stonksy link is in the description as well. But yeah, make sure you subscribed if you're new to the channel. Hello, and do come back every day. And for you legends, I'll obviously see you on stream tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.